1, 2, cha-cha backwards. And again, we sit. Cha, 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 we can go backwards.
Welcome to an historical tour of Mangersfield, Downend and Staple Hill. Welcome to an historical tour of Mangersfield, Downend and Staple Hill. Welcome to an historical tour of Mangersfield, Downend and Staple Hill. And joining me on this trip down memory lane is Richard Randall of the Dowland Local History Society. Oh, Richard, you've taken us to a rather appropriate place to begin our tour, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
This is virtually where the recorded
History of Manusfield begins. It was in this very spot.
It was in this very spot, virtually, that it was in this very spot, virtually, that William Depute, this very spot, virtually, that this very spot, virtually, that William Depute built. William Depute built his manor house in the 30s. William Depute built his manor house
In the 13th century, and the chapel on the back became St. James's Church, Mansfield, which is the parish church in Mansfield.
Button V's to St. Peter's in Bristol. Button V's to St. Peter's in Bristol. Peters 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 in Peters in Peters in Bristol. Peters in Peters in Peters in Bristol.
You'll notice certain key features, which obviously are familiar on most
It is shown as a church.
This is called the
It is shown as a church for the streets. The clock in the tower was donated in 1683. The tower was donated in 1683. The tower was donated in 1686. The tower was donated in 1686. Was donated. Well was donated. In the tower was donated. Well was donated. Well was donated. Well was donated. Donated in 1680, donated in 1687, donated in 1687 by Jonathan Tucker, and was renovated in 1897 as a memorial for Queen Victoria. 1897. 1897. Donated in 1687 by donated in 1897 by Jonathan Tucker. 1687 by 1687 by 1687 by 297, 1687 by 297, 1680 donated in 1680 donated in 297, donated in 297, donated in 297, donated in 297, donated in 1697, donated in 297, donated in 297, 1890 as a memorial for Queen.
This is the on-off
leave Mansfield. We can't leave Mansfield Church without Mansfield Church without looking at this notable Mansfield Church without looking at this notable family grave. Mansfield Church without looking at this Mansfield Church without looking at this notable Mansfield Church without looking at this notable Mansfield Church without looking at this notable family grave. Yeah, Mansfield Church without looking at this notable family.
Parish, and it's in subsistence. It's in now, and it's in
Revolution 33 are the two speeds that the record deck, the Texas 1200, runs to. And this is 33 revolutions per minute, 45 revolutions per minute, and that's two different speeds that you can use with your records. This is the pitch slider at the right hand side. This will, when it's set on the quartz, which is the green light button there, means it's running at the normal speed. If you move it up, it will go faster.
And if you move it down,
it will go slow. It goes to -8 and +8. Pitch adjustment.
On the Technics Mark III, there is a little reset button which can reset the pitch with, which is called which can reset. There's a little reset button which can reset the pitch with, which is set button which can reset the pitch with, which is set button which can reset the pitch with, which is set button which can reset the pitch with, which is set button which can reset the pitch with, which is set button which is quite an advanced move.
And most of
You will only
get the little green icon one. You know, button there at all. So when you move
it forwards, the green
will actually go off. When you move it backwards,
that will go off as well. What most DJs tend to do is try and stay away when we're mixing from
the green line coming on or off.
you will either move one either side
of
the little green mark. The reason being, it gets stuck in the groove, there's a little ball bearing underneath, and it's quite difficult to get out.
And sometimes the pitch grows a little bit out. Okay, moving on to the tone arm here. The tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself.
Is this one of the few
buildings of note in the village, with a plain but pleasant Georgian frontage. There is an attractive spiral staircase inside. Opposite Manxfield House there is a Salutation Inn. There has been an inn called the
Salutation on this site since at least 1668. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head shell itself. Tone arm here and to the head head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Turn arm here and to the head shell itself. Okay, most of these pretty much become standard now. They're already come made up for you. The Stanton 500s or the 505s in this particular case, and the needle actually comes off the head case itself actually comes off, and they are replacement. They're the ones that if you get a bad sound, you will need to replace this little bit of equipment there. Some of them can be quite cheap, and when you're starting off, it's probably a good idea to try and get cheap copies if you can, because you probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the back. You probably will get through a few copies if you can, because you probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality. You probably will get through a few. But they do get quite expensive as you go on up in the better sound quality you can get. All you do is plug it back in there, as you probably already found out yourself if you've got one.
And the little head shell goes back inside the tone arm, and you just screw it in like that. Now sometimes you will find that there will be certain problems with these head shells, and you may only find that they're only coming out of one channel. When you hear sound, you hear two sides to it. You hear a left and a right. Okay, sometimes you will hear only one side of the channel coming out. You think, now what's wrong with that? Sometimes what actually happens is when you screw it into there, if it's not been screwed in properly, or there's a certain amount of fluff or dirt inside there, it will cut one of the channels off. So all you do is you take it off again, make sure that all the connectors are clean, and you look inside, see if there's any dirt inside there. And if there is, just give it a little blow, pop it back in again, and screw it up nice and tight, and you should get your channels come back on as normal. All you do is
All you do is all you do is all you do is you should take it off again, make sure that all the connectors are clean. And look, so I said the house. Connectors are clean. Make sure that all the connectors are clean. And look. Take it off again. Make sure you all you do is you take it off again. Make sure that all the connectors are clean.
Look inside, give it a little blow, pop it back in again.
This usually confusing.
Radio. 15-eyed pirate 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 making it sound like you're actually pushing the record into time. And that learned me the basics. I could learn how to broken the record into time and
making it sound like you're actually pushing the record into time.
making it sound like how to monitor your how to monitor your headphones, how to monitor your headphones, how to monitor your to mix. So I could learn how to mix and how to monitor your headphones, 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 how to monitor your I know how to mix and how to monitor in the headphones and things, but I think eventually you're going to need the 1210s if how to monitor in the headphones and things, but how to monitor in the headphones I think eventually you're going to need the 1210s. If at all possible, start on the 1210s and then you're learning good habits straight away. Set structure. If I gave someone perhaps 24 records, 24 records, 4 records, who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club. Who could beat mix, they probably couldn't make it work in a club.
It is here that we're going to grow a wide variety of vegetable crops for our own delectation.
This is our cage, and in it, through this season, we're going to grow a variety of different vegetable crops. And we're going to do it on a rotational basis to build the fertility and break the cycle of pest and diseases. We're going to have potatoes. Just to build the fertility and break the cycle of pest and disease, cycle of pest and disease, cycle of pest and disease, cycle of pest and disease. We're going to have potatoes, onions, root crops, legumes, potatoes, all the fertility is break the cycle of pest and disease, cycle of pest and diseases, cycle of pest and diseases, cycle of pest and diseases. We're going to have potatoes, onions, root crops, legumes, onions, cycle of pest and diseases. We're going to have potatoes, onions, root crops, legumes, tomatoes, 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 onions, root crops, legume, tomatoes, onions, root crops, legume, tomatoes, onions, root crops, legume, tomatoes, onions, root crops. Mix in a few salads with those. And what's more, we're going to do organic. Most of our crops will be sown directly into the soil, but we are going to raise some seeds under cover, and to that end, we are fortunate enough to have inherited a useful, if somewhat battered, greenhouse. This poor old greenhouse has again been badly neglected. See the moss growing at the top of the gutters are full, and the panes are filthy dirty, but we can work with that, we can clear it up, because it's going to be very useful for us in propagating stuff for the veg garden like lettuces and salad crops and things. Planting stuff for the veg garden like lettuces and salad crops and things. But we need to clear it out first, because hygiene in what we call protected cropping inside the glasshouse. It's really, diseases can spread fast, pests can get in, you need correct temperature control, you need good light levels so we need to clean it up, levels so we need to clean it up. So a little bit of love and attention will bring this one back to life, and it's going to be a real bonus to have it through the summer. Bonus to have it through the summer. Rather than sowing and planting in one large block of soil or cage, I'm going to dig a path through the centre to provide access to the beds without constantly walking on the soil. This will shorten my rows and make the garden much easier to manage. The first thing to consider when marking out paths and shapes of bed is to put string around them. And the second thing is to secure those string lines in the middle of their length. So whilst they're secured at one end, obviously it's important that the string isn't allowed to move around too much. So what I've done here is I've left it purposely a couple of centimetres off the ground, because we're going to be digging out a path along stretch of string line. But the reason for these canes really is that in the process of moving soil, if it gets
If it gets knocked, the string gets caught up against it, the canes will stomp it too far away. The idea is keep moving it around so it doesn't get caught. Knocked, and the string gets caught up against it, the canes will stop it moving too far away. And the idea is keep moving it around so it doesn't get caught. As you dig, keep moving to get back your original knot, and that is held together by these.
So